All right, the Lions get great Jameson Williams news, and I think this is really important because as the season starts to come closer, we're looking at our team and our potential, and we're really starting to realize, man, with Jameson Williams in the mix, week 7, we've really got something special. But where's his head at, and where's he going to be at? So we just wrapped up OTAs, and remember, OTAs, organized team activities. It's voluntary, but it's really not, right? It's like you gotta be there because we had rookie mini camp, but this was our first chance to see what the new team would be like, kind of put the pieces together. And all of a sudden you're looking at it, and it's like, man, the hype's real, and we've really got a good opportunity, but we need Jameson Williams. And hey, look, if he gets to be there week 7 on, that's fine, but where's his head at and what's he doing? So OTAs provided a lot of information for us and a lot of really good information regarding Jameson Williams. I was really encouraged about step 1. He's there. Okay, fine. That, that should be a no-brainer, but you just didn't know, like, where is he at? A, he's there. B, he looks really good. C, he talks to the media and handles that really well. Love to see that. They were peppering him with really weird questions, I thought, and he just hung in there. I didn't know. Didn't what? My bad. Right? I'm a football player. I'm not a gambler. Let's roll. Love it. Love to see that. Second thing is Dan Campbell talked about it, and Dan Campbell said there's a couple things that he loved. Dan Campbell said, we're already miles ahead with Jameson. We didn't even get to this last year. He wasn't able to do any of this. And what he's talking about is just the practice, the route running, all that stuff that you're just kind of like, hey, man, get out there. Is your knee good? Now it's like, man, he can roll. He can really learn the NFL game versus just, can you get out there? I mean, right? That's a huge difference. So just to be able to build him from the ground up, not in the season, that's key too, because we were saying this. Remember, he comes back at the heart of the season. We're trying to do a lot of different things. We're trying to make the playoffs, and you're trying to work on his, technique, right? That it just didn't mesh with where the whole team was versus where he was. So now you can work from the ground up, not in the season. He's in here. Here we go. 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You see the progress. He's got a lot of room to grow and develop. He needs time. We've got to sharpen every little thing with him, sharpen the route, sharpen all of it. And that's with all the guys. So speaking of that, well, he's been working with Calvin Ridley. And this is just great to hear that Jameson Williams is reaching out, doing things with guys. Calvin Ridley is a good route runner. And so when you look at what he's doing, Calvin Ridley, another Alabama guy, is regarded one of the best route runners in the NFL. Jameson trained with Calvin Ridley, who is regarded one of the best routers in the NFL. Clearly, this offseason it was paying off because Dan Campbell said, I think some of the biggest growth is just in his routes. We know he has the speed. He's got hands, but can you separate in the NFL game? So it's great news to see that Jameson Williams, after just a rough offseason, I mean, you're just in the offseason. You're just, like, there's nothing to do, really. These guys, you really notice it now as they go from college to pro. They have that time off. When you're in the college, I mean, your school, there's just, who knows what you're doing, right? Now it's like you just have a lot of time off. And so for him to be able to kind of lock in and get a lot of good things done and just be there ready to go, really encouraging for the Lions, because we need this guy, man. Like, wide receiver wise, we know Amon-Ra, but then Jameson Williams right there is a huge part of what we're going to do, because he really completes us. We're realizing that we didn't have a backfield last year, a very good one. And so now you got the backfield check, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery. We also never really had the full vertical. Now, DJ Chark was that, but he wasn't healthy. It was a little clunky, but you saw just a glimpse of Chark's ability and what it did for the offense. When Chark was in there, when Chark was making big plays, it was like, oh my gosh, like, look at this offense, because that Ben Johnson loves to take shots. What I think I heard him call it, or somebody called it, I guess, maybe the strike zone, when you're around midfield. And I love this because, and you saw it time and time again with the Lions, we're going to take a shot around midfield, because what that is you're not going to slug it out and just go inside the 20, inside the 15. That's fine, right? Obviously, you're moving the ball forward, but if you want to score touchdowns in this league, it's so much it's easier, not so much easier, but it's easier to actually, you've got more field to work with. Take a shot. We've got 50 yards of space in front of us. So we want to take shots. And Ben Johnson loves doing that. He loves doing it when nobody expects it, on 3rd and short, 4th and short, around midfield. He wants to have an opportunity to take a shot downfield and make something happen. And that's why Jameson Williams is huge for us. And we have to just hang in there with this guy. A lot of people think he's fine. A lot of people, it's like so split on the channel of this dude's great. Nah, I'm worried about him. I've gone back and forth. I'm definitely concerned about him just because I think he'll be fine once he gets going in games. He's part of the team. He's catching passes. He's catching touchdowns. We're winning. Like you can see him just being part of the whole thing. That just snowballs in the right direction. But when you're not playing, you're injured, a lot of time on your hands, off season, suspension. It's like we just need this guy to get locked in. I think he does. I think he truly loves football. I think he truly can be a huge part of our team. And you look at like guys like Khalif Raymond. Khalif Raymond had a huge play against the Packers. Again, strike zone in between the 40s, strike zone time. Khalif Raymond. He's got good speed. So I like, we're not dead without Jameson Williams. We all know that, but it's just bonus time when he comes back. So if we can just start the season, if you look at our schedule, the beginning of our season is where we need to kind of do something. We need to be 6-2. We got to be 6-2, maybe, or those first 8 games, or 5-3, because the back half of the season gets a little bit more tough. And it would be great for us to be doing well, get Jameson Williams back. You're 6-2. Let's just keep on rolling, hit the bye, and you win the division. Win the division, and man, just win the division. That's it. I don't say that's all we got to do. It's not easy. It's not going to be easy at all. Packers are going to give us, Packers are going to be tough even with Jordan Love. It's just the way it is. It's divisional games. Just like when we were down, we would always give teams fits. Jameson Williams, let's get him back, win the division, home playoff game. Boom. Next thing you know, we win another playoff game, and you're in the NFC title game. I mean, like, it's crazy to even think about, but we have to win the division. And I think we will. I mean, geez, but again, there's a long way to go, long way till we get there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this, because, man, let's go Lions. I am so excited for the season. Great to see these guys going. And now, again, we've got mandatory mini camp coming up, and that's an opportunity to really see where we're at, because OTAs, coaches know, and I've heard Dan Campbell talk about it, you don't really start cranking guys at OTAs. Like, come on. It's the first time you guys have been out back here in 4 months. Let's try to work you. We're not trying to kill anybody, but then mandatory mini camps where you get a little bit more action, and then of course training camps when it really goes down. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.